Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Sunday, January 30th, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. The return of Anthony Davis will help the Los Angeles defense, but the Lakers are 26th in the NBA in points allowed at 112.3 points per game. Opponents are shooting 45.4% overall and 34.4% from behind the three-point line. Los Angeles allows an average of 47.1 rebounds per game, and the Lakers as a team are averaging 44.7 boards per contest. Anthony Davis is the king of the boards for Los Angeles, with an average of 9.7 rebounds per game, and is also the SWAT leader, with an average of 2.2 blocked shots per contest. LeBron James averages 1.6 steals per game to lead the Lakers. Los Angeles has stumbled of late with 7 losses in their last 10 games, including those back-to-back defeats to Philadelphia and Charlotte Thursday and Friday. The Lakers may not have James and/or Davis in the mix here again, which makes things extremely difficult to find capable complementary scoring options on the offensive end of the floor. Meanwhile, the Hawks are clicking on all cylinders with 5 straight wins coming into this contest, and they are healthy at this stage of things. Getting Hunter back was a nice boost, and Atlanta has their key contributors in Young and Collins leading the way. Our first betting pick will be Atlanta Hawks to cover. The Hawks enter this contest 7th in scoring offense by averaging 111.4 points per game. Atlanta is 19th in rebounding by collecting 44.4 boards a night, while the team stands 15th by dishing out 24 assists per contest. Atlanta is 23rd in the league in scoring defense, as they allow opponents to score 111.1 points per game this season. Trae Young leads the team with 27.5 points and 9.2 assists per game this season. John Collins puts up 16.9 points plus 7.9 rebounds a night. DeAndre Hunter chips in 12.8 points a game, while Kevin Huerter, 11.3 points, and Danilo Gallinari, 10.4 points, are good secondary scoring options. Clint Capella, 11.3 points, 12.5 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, Bogdan Bogdanovic, 12.5 points, Gorgui Dieng, Lou Williams, Onyeka Okongwu, Dylan Wright and Skylar Mays are key rotation pieces for coach Nate McMillan. Atlanta is 10th in the league in field goal percentage by hitting 46.4% of their shots from the floor this season. The Hawks are 10th in threes per game as they hit 12.6 per contest and stand 3rd in three-point percentage as they hit 37.5% of their attempts from beyond the arc. Our second betting pick will be under the total. Los Angeles Clippers vs Charlotte Hornets. The Los Angeles Clippers are the only NBA team in the past 25 years to win 3 games in one season after trailing in those contests by at least 24 points. The Clippers have done that 3 times in the past 2 weeks. That includes Tuesday's win over the Washington Wizards, who led by 35 points, making it the second biggest comeback in NBA history. They were outmatched by a strong Miami Heat team on Friday, but they have put forward some impressive efforts considering how young they are. The Clippers have their work cut out for them here as they are minus their 2 go-to guys on the offensive end of the floor. Leonard hasn't played all season as he rehabs from that torn knee ligament against Jazz in the playoffs last season. Meanwhile, George is dealing with an elbow issue and there are growing concerns that he could need surgery, which would end his season. The Clippers have been in deep holes in each of their last 3 games, and while they won 2 of them, it didn't pan out against Miami. Charlotte's 158-126 pounding of the Indiana Pacers on Wednesday marked the most points in team history. That included 87 second-half points for the largest total in the second half of an NBA game in 31 years. A chunk of the points came from Kelly Oubre Jr., who tied a franchise record by connecting on 10 shots from three-point range. He also set a team record for most points by a reserve, with 39. They followed that up with a win at home against Los Angeles. Our first betting pick will be Charlotte Hornets to cover. On the season, the Hornets are first in the league in scoring offense with 115 points per game. Charlotte is 21st in the league in rebounding as they collect 44.2 boards per contest and 3rd in assists with 27.2 dimes per contest. The Hornets are 28th in scoring defense as they allow an average of 114.6 points per game. LaMelo Ball is second on the team with 19.4 points, 7.3 rebounds and 7.6 assists a night this season. Gordon Hayward chips in 17 points plus 4.7 boards per contest, while Miles Bridges contributes 20.3 points and 7.3 rebounds per contest. Kelly Oubre Jr. adds 16.7 points, while Terry Rozier chips in 18.4 points per contest. Ish Smith, Mason Plumlee, PJ Washington, 9.7 points, Cody Martin and Jalen McDaniels are looked at to provide rotational depth for the Hornets. Charlotte is 9th in the league in field goal percentage as they shoot 46.5% from the field as a team. The Hornets are 5th in threes per game with 14.1 per contest and 4th in three-point field goal percentage by shooting 36.9% from beyond the arc. This year, the Clippers are 24th in the league in scoring offense with an average of 105.7 points per game. Law is 23rd in rebounding with 43.8 boards a night, while they stand 18th in assists by handing out 23.1 dimes per game. The Clippers are 10th in the league in scoring defense as they give up an average of 106.8 points a night. Paul George leads the team with 24.7 points, 7.1 rebounds and 5.5 assists a night. Reggie Jackson puts up 16.4 points plus 4 assists a night while Nicholas Batum, 9.1 points, 4.6 rebounds, Luke Kennard, 12.3 points, and Ivica Zubac, 9.6 points, 8 rebounds, are solid scoring options. Eric Bledsoe, 10 points, Terrence Mann, 10.3 points, Marcus Morris Sr., 15.5 points, 5.2 boards, Isaiah Hartenstein, Serge Ibaka and Justice Winslow are key players in the rotation. Law is 22nd in field goal percentage as they shoot 44.8% from the floor as a team. The Clippers are 12th by knocking down 12.4 three-pointers a night, while they are 10th in the league by drilling 35.8% of their long-range attempts. Our second betting pick will be over the total. Portland Trail Blazers vs Chicago Bulls. Anthony Simons scored 27 points, CJ McCollum had 26, and the Blazers suffocated the Houston Rockets 125-110 on Friday evening. Jusuf Nurkic had 25 points and 13 rebounds for Portland, which had dropped 2 in a row. Norman Powell finished with 16 points. Coach Chauncey Billups said the Blazers are at their best when they share the ball like they did Friday. Portland just snapped a 2-game skid, but it's hard to see the Blazers keeping their momentum going on the road here. Chicago is coming off of a flat second-half performance in a loss versus the Spurs, and the Bulls have been one of the league's best home teams. Chicago is 17-6 at home, while Portland owns a 7-15 record in 22 road games. After dropping 7 of their last 10 games, look for Chicago to turn things around in this spot. The Bulls lost on the road to the Spurs 131-122 in a tough game on Friday night. DeMar DeRozan, who spent the previous 3 seasons with the Spurs, scored 32 points in his first game in San Antonio for the Bulls. Zach LaVine added 30 points, and Nikola Vucevic had 18. Our first betting pick will be Chicago Bulls minus 6.5. Chicago came up short in a 131-122 loss on the road in San Antonio against the Spurs on Friday night. DeMar DeRozan finished with a team-high 32 points and 8 assists, while Zach LaVine chipped in 30 points for the Bulls, who were outscored by 12 points in a decisive third quarter. With the Bulls battling for the top seed in the Eastern Conference, many NBA experts expect Chicago to be busy at the trade deadline. The Bulls have some interesting young trade chips, including Kobe White and Patrick Williams, 2 former first-round picks. White may be drawing the most interest at the moment, but the Bulls might find it hard to deal the former number 7 overall pick, who is still just 21 years old. With the trade deadline fast approaching, the Trailblazers will have some difficult decisions to make. The emergence of Simons as a viable NBA starter could prompt the Blazers to move on from McCollum, who is set to turn 31 next year. The veteran shooting guard suffered a collapsed lung earlier this season, but is still shooting a healthy 40.5% from three-point range in 31 games. According to Bleacher Report, the New Orleans Pelicans have emerged as a sensible destination for McCollum. According to DuncanThrees.com, Portland comes into the weekend ranked number 24 in the NBA with an adjusted minus 3.3 net rating. The Trailblazers have scored a healthy 111.1 points per 100 possessions for the season, 14th in the NBA, but have struggled defensively, ranking 28th with an adjusted 114.4 rating. Our second betting pick will be under 227.5. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.